Dear students of TYBA English Special, let us study the next variety of language, that is style. In the last lecture, we study from register and move towards both register and style. The expectation is that you have to study register and style combinedly. But the register and style should also be studied separately, though they are dependent on each other. Regarding register, in the last lecture we studied definitions like register are those varieties of language which correspond to different situations, different speakers and listeners, of readers, writers. It is a variety of language of readers and writers also, and so on. Catford states about register that by register we mean a variety correlated with a performance social role. A performer here is speaker, and the individual who plays a social role on given occasion. These occasions are last described by me in the last lecture. For example, here these are the various occasions when one uses the register according to the occasion. For example, if you are a farmer, you talk about the crops, the fertilizers. So crop, fertilizer are the registers. Related with farming. So also bullock carts, tractors, and different words which are used so far as farming is concerned. So register is meant a division of idiolect of individual, and even it is a common to dialects also, but registers are different from standard language. Now pay attention towards the statement which is made here by me that register are different from standard language. All varieties of language, for example, register, for example, style, dialect, idiolect, sociolect, slang, pidgin, carol, these are all non-standard. Language is the RP speech sounds standard. These are the varieties. Received pronunciation is a standard form of language. The language accepted by the field of education, government, media, broadcasting, universities, standard language. But language is not spoken by university people only. Language is not a property of the higher class only. Language is not the property of the educated people only. Language is not the property of the standard people only. It is a property of all human beings. A human being may be literate or illiterate. He may be a poor or he may be a rich man. Language is spoken by him. And as language is spoken by these individuals, these varieties occur in the language. So, regarding language, it is distinguished by the standard language. It is different from the standard language. Register is different from the standard language. Now, examples are also given here, that a young lecturer, then one occasion described by me here, the field is that embroidery, and how the register which are related with embroidery, as just now explained by me, that how the register are related with farming. These are the various occasions once again. These are the special occasions where we find the use of register. For example, a priest in a temple, devotees, pilgrims, disciples. When talk about religion, at that time, their role is different from the family members, their role is different from their occupation. And so, at the time of this religious gathering, our tone is of a great respect. We use register according to that. So also, if there is a seminar, scholars, experts participate in the seminar, and at that time also the very intellectual, rational, analytical, explanatory, descriptive tone you get. And when the same man talks in a register talks with friends, at the time we get different registers. The same man talks with servants, different registers. The same talk with attendants, different registers. So these are the registers which we get regarding such events. Now, at next time will stay the style so far as register is concerned. Stylistic varieties. Once again, before going to register and style, the combination W. Nelson Francis opinion is of a great value. Then also we have the contextual meaning. According to S.K. Verma, we have such kind of register. Register is primarily a field of discourse, bond and situationally conditioned. It is restricted code of social behavior. Register is a variety of language marked by the phonological, grammatical and style. So register here by W. Nelson, and the style of all these contextual meaning. So before going to dialect as a variety of language, let's concentrate on register and style. The registers are classified on the basis of the style. Style is man. It is said that each and every man carries his own style with him. Style of using and the preference of dress, hairstyle, the style of walking. But here we are talking about the style of talking, the style of using language. These are the various occasions where the individual plays a role. The last statement deliberately left by me just moments before. Read it now. The degree of formality. The degree of formality means how far standard language is used by you in your speech. For example, we are learning English. It is a foreign language to us. But the pronunciation which you receive, the words which are uttered by me, the words which are pronounced by me, they of course differ from the Britishers. But we Indian try to be accurate regarding the grammar and regarding the pronunciation of the language, the pronunciation of the sound of English. So the degree of formality means the degree of using the standard, the percentage of using the standard language, the percentage of using the standard form of language may vary according to the style of man. It may also vary according to the manner of man. It may also vary according to the manner of discourse. For example, these various occasions, religious, conference, and taking a meal in a restaurant, maybe at the time of lunch or dinner. These are the various discourses. So style changes. Register are the use of words. The style changes. Each and every man. In restaurant, one may say that I explained you in the last lecture. You may say in the restaurant that water is dirty. But if you are a priest, if you are a devotee, if you are a disciple, a religious man, you won't use the same water when you go for bathing in Banaras or Varanasi at the shore of the river Ganga. Because Ganga is a pious river for Hindu people, for the Indians. Though you may find the water dirty, but you will not use it, the word that the water is dirty. On the other hand, with the same water, you take your bathing. Nextly, the same water is used for the religious purpose, for making worship. And even the same water, you use it as a prasad. See here. So, the language which is used here by me, prasad, it is not the British word, but it is a borrowing and occasionally referred by me. So in a restaurant you may say that water is dirty. But also when you are a teacher in the laboratory, you are a science teacher and you are in the laboratory, you may refer the water is impure or the water is polluted. This is the style of man. So style in this sense is a manner of discourse. Now, the next aspect which is related with style, what are the varieties of style? It is referred as the stylistic varieties. See students, when learning a language and when learning the grammatical part of language, or when learning the different varieties of language, you should be very much cautious. You should be very much cautious. You should use very much carefully the same form of language. On the basis of stylistic values, following types of stylistic varieties have been listed in the Advanced Learners Dictionary. One stylistic variety is, see here, these are the use of registers on the various occasion. So also here these are the various stylistic varieties. Suppose you want to create comedy, you want to be very much comic. So your style is rather very different. While dealing with historical occasion, you follow very particularity, the sense of exact point of action. Then, while using the standard form of language, which is used at the time of formal, for example, when a student interacts with a teacher, he uses the formal language. So also the teacher, while teaching in the class, he talks in a style of a teacher. It is the standard form of language which is used by him. Many occasions language is figurative. Figures of speech or the use of figures of speech offers quality to language. Figures of speech are accessories of language. These make the language beautiful. Regarding style, we also use it. Facetious, euphemistic, emotive, expressive. Euphemistic and facetious are the same varieties of style according to occasion, when we are expressive, when we are emotive, when we are emotional, and when we give stress on particular words. It's called the emphatic. Dialect is rather though a non-standard, but it is a style. It is a style. For example, when you get an opportunity to hear the members of parliament in parliament session, at that time all the members of parliament belong to different areas. They belong to Bihar, they belong to Uttar Pradesh, they belong to Kashmir, they belong to Ladakh, they belong to south, they belong to north, east, west. Now there will find different dialects. There will find different dialects. So these are the varieties of language. These are the varieties of language. These are the varieties of language which is used by speaker at that time. One should be very much careful about the use of language. And use of language on the special occasion. It's called a style. So be careful about regarding the style. And again, archaic style is colloquial. Colloquial means when you are very much expert, when you are very much expert in the speaking, in the use of language. So also archaic variety of language. Archaic means the old variety. At the next occasion you may be ironical. On one occasion you may be humorous. On the next occasion you will be ironical. You may talk on the literary figure. So there are poetic proverbs, slangs, and even this too much, very non-standard vulgarity of the language also. So these are the stylistic varieties of language. It is difficult to draw a sharp dividing line between the two axes of register and style. See here, though register and style, these two things are very different. They distinguish from each other, but at the same time it is very peculiar to draw a line between register and style. According to S.K. Verma, he says register is primarily a field of discourse born and situationally conditioned. Here you may get an idea. Register is situationally conditioned. It is restricted code of special behavior. For example, at the time of marriage or at the time of death, the registers used by you are very contradictory. Celebration of the birthday as well as performance of the ritual at the time of death. These two things are contradictory. So registers are situationally conditioned. It is restricted code of social behavior. It is restricted code. Now, more detail about register and style to know the difference. Register is also a variety of language, but that is such a variety of language with marked phonological, grammatical and lexical features. The pronunciation, the use of grammar, and also the use of words, idioms, correlating with distinctive situational features. Distinctive situational features are just explained by me to you, that you use register at the time of birthday party, birthday celebration. You use registered at the time of performing rituals when someone dies, after his death. The rituals are performed. So these are distinctive situational. Hence, so registral varieties, like any other variety, can be analyzed and described at the interpreting levels of phonology, also grammar, and lexis. Lexis means idioms, use of words. One of the marked feature of register is predominance of particular type of technical terms. For example, here many of you or most of you nowadays we use the technical terms. So it is only with the help of certain marked lexical features, technical term lexical feature words, that we do limit and classify register. On the other hand, style is linguistic. In linguistic, style has to do with those components or features of the form of literary composition which give to it its individual stamp. It is literary composition. A romantic poet depicts nature in a very emotional, expressive way, while the modern poet depicts the nature in a scientific way. The poet like William Wordsworth, by seeing the daffodils on the lake side and by seeing the movement of the daffodils because of wind, because of the blowing wind, he said that the daffodils are dancing, and with the daffodils, with the dance of the daffodils, my heart is also dancing. But the same daffodil flower in the laboratory for a botanical teacher or a teacher of botany is different. So making it out as the work of particular author and producing a certain effect on the reader. So effect of the reader is created with the help of style of a literary figure. And the analysis of style comes under the head of stylistic variety. So when you talk of style, please refer style with the colloquial, literary, literal form of composition. Literal form of composition. So here you will make the proper use of style. Here you will make the proper use of style in a very different way. And the analysis of this style is known as the stylistic varieties. Again, register we studied has been defined by many linguists. Nelson Francis, we studied it in the last lecture. Now turn towards William Labov, who first talked of the style, which also told me to you in the last lecture in 1960s. But in this lecture, I turn towards the style again for a better understanding. It is a part of sociolinguistics. The study of language is a part of linguistics. The study of language is a part of linguistics. And the varieties is a part of sociolinguistics. It's a part of sociolinguistics. So style is a set of linguistic variants. Style is a state of linguistic variants with specific social meanings. In this context, social meanings can include group membership and personal attributes or beliefs. Thus, linguistic variation is at the heart of the concept of linguistic style. Linguistic variation so far as the study of language is concerned, is at the heart of the concept of linguistic style. Without linguistic variation, there is no basis for distinguishing social meanings. Because language is used by societies, communities, different societies and different communities use their own language, they use their own dialect. And among them, you also have the idiolect, the individual. So the social meanings differentiate style, and that is called the linguistic variation. The social meaning, the social occasions, the socio-cultural situations varies, creates variety, and that is called the linguistic variation. So style is linguistic variation. Stylistic variation occurs syntactically, means on the grammatical level, the use of grammar, syntax, the rules and regulations of grammar. So also lexically, the idioms, the words. So also phonologically, all these words are also used so far as the register is concerned by us. Note one thing, that style is not a fixed attributes of the speaker. The speaker changes his style according to the use. Rather, a speaker may use different styles depending on the context. And which are these contexts? Here. These are the context. Humorous man, ironical man, colloquial style, outdated, derogatory. So speakers often, rather speakers may use different style depending on the context. The speaker often incorporates elements of multiple styles into their speech, either consciously or subconsciously, thereby creating new style. Means new style is created. Style is not fixed attributes. See here, style is not fixed attributes. Style is not fixed. New style is created. When you were a schoolboy, your hairstyle was different, and nowadays your hairstyle is different. Styles changed. Many barbers, old barbers, do not know ABC about the new style, while their son, they know each and everything about new style. And there is a style of instrument also. The instruments used by the barber, they are very much stylistic again. So new style is formed each and every day when we use language. So here register and style have been studied by us. The stylistic variety as well as register according to need, according to occasion, have been studied by us. All these registers of different occasions, religious gatherings, seminars. And before moving towards one very important thing about you and me, because we live in a particular area where we do have a different background, context, regional area which is related with the use of this dialect. It's a geographical one, it is a regional one. So dialects language varies from time to time, place to place, community to community. Studied by us in the last. All these are the moments which are studied by us here from the very beginning. All they convey that language varies from time to time, place to place, community to community, individual to individual. Now, dialect is a form of variety of language adopted by a group of speakers of that language, but belonging to particular geographical region. So pay attention towards it. Dialect is associated with area, region, geographical part, and styles and registers what we studied earlier associated with the social occasion. Here a community who lives in a particular area uses dialect. So dialect is regional variety, it is geographical variety. In a particular environment, in a particular geographical area uses dialect. The variety of language which is formed on regional and local ground, this term has been rather term as dialect. And in the next lecture we'll study the dialect and in which situation an individual uses language is called register. He uses it by following a style, but dialect is a regional one.